Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Now I'm testing a new mic because the mic that I used for the last two videos, my jacked up day, they were pretty low. So hopefully this is louder, because that one you have to kind of bump up the volume while you're watching this YouTube video. So I'm going to entitle this another jacked up day part 3, because I wanted to share this story with you guys, because again, I value your opinion. I just want to run this past you, and by all means, please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Is that all in my head? Am I at fault? Or what I'm assuming to be not right is what it is? And here it is. And I'm not going to keep this video up for a long time, because I don't want to, I guess, perhaps disrespect anybody or say anything negative, because it's not about that. It's about trying to get an understanding of what's going on. And again, is it me or is it others? And here is the story. I've been going to the same mechanic shop for about maybe 6 years. It changed hands, so I continue to patronize the business. And these guys are great business, a great business. They're good mechanics. I look at the manager or the owner not only as I'm a customer, but I'm a friend to him. I enjoy our conversations when I go in there and waiting on my car to be fixed. We talk about a lot of things that we can relate to. And we're around the same age. And again, some of the honest guys when it comes to mechanics I've ever run across. And they had a staff, a certain group of people, and then slowly, I think this happened maybe last year. Was it last year? Yeah, probably the pandemic thing. And everybody that I knew in there, and I knew everybody, I would sometimes bring these guys donuts and pizza to say, hey, I appreciate what you've done for my car and keeping it on the road. So I noticed recently that all of those guys are gone. And I asked my mechanic, I said, what happened to the other guys? And he explained how they left, how they departed. And now he has a new staff. And by all means, it looked like they were pretty good mechanics too. And then he went on vacation. I drove past there and not open for a whole week. I'm like, what's going on here? So I didn't bother to ask, because I'm not trying to be nosy. Where y'all been for a week? So when I noticed they opened back up, the second group of mechanics are gone, all of them. And it's just like one guy there. And I had talked to him actually 2 months ago, because we go through this every year, every other year. You know how when your car get older, that check engine light comes on, and you got to get that light out in order to pass the ignition. You cannot get a tag on your plate until you pass that ignition, and that light can't be on. It used to be the light could be on, but as long as it passed the ignition, you get a pass. Now, even if that light is on and you could still technically pass the ignition, you can't. They force you to get that light out. So, like I said, 2 months ago, I gave them a heads up. I'm like, I'm going to be bringing the car in, to get that headlight out. And normally they would take my car for the ignition and I pay them. It's not that I'm asking for a favor or I come here like, no, I'm like, I'm going to pay you to do this. So in the middle of last month, I brought the car in. I'm like, okay, I got like 2.5 weeks, before that. So I want to get this out of the way now, so we won't be, trying to make it at the buzzer like in basketball. You got a couple of seconds. So I told them, because I have another car, I said, you can take your time. Ain't no super rush. And I didn't mean that literally like weeks. It's like normally they take care of my car in 2 days. So I'm like, if you have it for a week or and a half, that's not a big deal. We still got time to get it up there before the tag expires. So my car sat there, and then they don't have a secure lot, meaning that they don't have a gate around their fence, so anybody can just walk up on the lot at any given time when they're closed and start messing with stuff. So my car sat out up there for like 2.5 fucking weeks. And within a week and a half, I came back up there. I'm like, so what's going on? Are y'all going to fix my car? Yeah, we just a little behind, and it'll be ready. And I had to go up there like 2 different times. I was like, come on, man, y'all, my dilemma here, at the end of the month, that tag expires. And, we live in a climate now. We don't want the pop cops pulling us over for nothing. I know I don't. So, I always make sure that everything on my car is right. The window sticker, the tag, the headlights, the tail lights, all that stuff work. Because I don't need that extra headache of somebody pulling me over, and who knows how it could go south and somebody get hurt. So I'm like, I'm definitely not trying to get, be set up for that. And again, that was the reason why I brought it earlier. I'm like, I'm sure y'all not going to need 2 weeks to get that light out. So like I said, 2 weeks passed, and I said, man, I'm kind of concerned that this car is sitting out here. It'd be different if it was inside the facility, but it's sitting out here. And the tag is about to expire, so I don't want the cops driving around here and writing up a ticket. So they assured me they'd get it taken care of. So they went past the 2.5 weeks, so now it's the next month, and the tag expired. So I'm like, now, so then they fixed the car. Or at least I thought they fixed the car. So I paid them a substantial amount of money. I've never paid them that much. They quoted me one price, but then when it was over, it was like an additional $400. So I'm like, that's kind of a stretch for an estimate, because normally they like maybe 100, 150 at the most in the range, maybe 150 more than they gave me an estimate, or 150 less, So I was like, whoa. So I get my car home, and I noticed the next day I got oil all up under my shit. And I'm like, when I took the car up there, my car wasn't leaking any oil, because I would have known that just on the driveway. The driveway would have told me, like, dude, look at all that oil on the floor. There was no oil in my driveway until I got the car back. So I went back up there, and I talked to the owner's son, and he gave me a statement that kind of made no sense. And I was like, no, dude. So I said, let me talk to the manager, his dad. So I came up there, made a point to come up there, because the young guy the son opens up the place, and the father closes. So let me go up there at closing time and talk to the man. And I brought my smartphone, because I took pictures of all this fucking oil all over the place. And I know, again, my car wasn't leaking oil when I took it up there. It was just to get that light out so I can go there, get my ignition test, pass it, and get that sticker, because that's my main concern. Like, I want to get this before that tag expired, because, again, I don't want to be caught out there and I get pulled over for some BS. So I took it up there. I came up there Friday, showed him. He said, okay, bring it back Monday, because they used to be open on Saturdays, but now they didn't kind of stop that, and then they adjusted their hours. I'm like, is there something wrong going on up here? So I seen them Friday. He said, okay, bring it in Monday. So I brought it in Monday about 9:30. Now, this is my thinking. And please comment down there to let me know, what do you think about this statement? So I'm like, okay, since I've already paid and I brought it back Monday morning, my car should be the first one on that fucking rack getting taken care of, because I've already paid. These other cars in the lot maybe gave you a down payment, but I've paid in full. So I'm thinking, by Tuesday they call me, say, okay, this was the problem, our bad, we fixed it, you good to go. So I took it in yesterday. I drove to the grocery store today, which is across the street from the mechanic shop. So I drove past it. Now this is Tuesday after closing. A whole extra day, because Monday was the day, then Tuesday, the whole day getting gone by. And I look in the lot, and my car is still in the spot it was when I dropped off the keys, which tells me they haven't even started yet. And I'm like, so what have y'all done for the last 2 days? Because I'm sure you've done some kind of repair to a car, but it wasn't mine. And like I said, I've already paid, so I should be first up on that rack, having them look at something that they didn't fix. So I'm real kind of disappointed, because I'm like, for the last couple of days or weeks, I have to deal with people that just ain't got it right. I'm like, it's not that I'm complaining, but it's supposed to be this way. And why isn't this way yet? Just like I said in the other video about, my neighbor, and him asked me, well, what you gonna do about them cats? Them cats ain't my cats. I can't do nothing about them. They go where they want to. And the jacked up video number 1, this guy expect me to spend 3 hours on the song for $15, and my song tab and fee now has increased only $5. And he's like, I thought it was $15, and I don't think it's fair because that's what you said in the video a day ago. I'm like, you know what, man? Here's all your money back, and I'm not doing any more. I did that one song. I got paid for that one, so I'm not doing the other one. It's a breath of fresh air that I don't have to spend 3 hours to do the other one. It was kind of complex, and I'm like, I do this, guys, for you guys. It's like $20 ain't gonna do nothing for me, nothing for my pockets. I'm trying to help you guys. But anyway, sorry for veering away from this topic and going to that one. So here it is, Tuesday. My car's still sitting in the same spot. So I'm like, it's been 2 days and you guys ain't done nothing to my car, and I've already paid you. So why I have to wait? I'm already not going to have to scramble up to the emission test with an expired tag already to get to pass the test to go get a tag. That was the purpose again for me bringing the car 2 weeks earlier, 2.5 weeks earlier, so I won't be in this predicament. I'm like, this is the reason why I brought it early, so I won't be in this predicament. I'm still in that predicament. And I've expressed to them my concerns about getting this car up here to pass the emission, and having that light out, so I've been a preferred customer for years, and I'm just kind of disappointed because, again, I got put in this predicament with an expired tag because now I put my car in the garage until I can get this resolved, or when it comes back. If I can't get it up there as soon as I can, it has to go into the garage. And I'm saying to myself, you let my car sit up there for 2.5 weeks and I could have been driving this thing, and it's like real simple. Let me know that you fall behind because, you don't have enough staff. And then let me know the day I can bring it up there so you can look at it within that day or the next day instead of just let my shit sit in the lot for 2.5 weeks. I could have been driving it. I enjoy driving that car than my new car, So I'm just really disappointed because I'm like, it shouldn't be this way, If you couldn't get to my car in that timely of amount, I could have took it somewhere else, Instead of you assuring me that this is going to get done in this timely manner, and it didn't. My car's still sitting up there and it's still leaking oil. And I know it was something that was not done because I think they replaced the catalytic converter, something like that. And they said I had oil coming from the top of the engine or something. And like I said, I paid a substantial amount of money to get this resolved, and it ain't resolved. So, let me know what you guys think. Is it that I'm just complaining all the time about stuff, or everybody that I've interacted with over the last 2 weeks just ain't getting it right, just ain't doing the job? And I'm not pressuring them or standing over them, or I'm just like, I gave you guys ample amount of time, 2.5 weeks to get this done. The most they've ever had my car, and I think I haven't had any super major issues, 2 days. Now it's like 2.5 weeks and it still ain't fixed. So, let me know what you guys think. Is it again, I'm just expecting too much, or I'm too demanding, or I'm just complaining, or do I have a valid concern and an issue? Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate your opinion. I do. Take care.